Hey everybody, nice to have you here tonight. My name is Verna Mullen and I teach stamping and paper crafting, and tonight is mystery stamping in the meadow. Mainly because we live in a meadow, but anyways, it's nice to think about meadows in the wintertime too, although technically we are in spring. Today was beautiful. It was just that wind was a little bit nippy. Kind of cold. So if you're new here, and even if you're just watching, comment and say hi and say where you're from. If you comment and share, you will be put in a drawing for a little gift like gems or designer series paper. And last week's winner was Margaret. And Margaret, thank you, Margaret, for sharing. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Teresa. Rosalie. Oh, it's so good to have you guys here and see your names up there and have some fellow stampers on. So I'm going to point the phone down. If you get dizzy or car sick, look away just for a little bit. Here we go. I'm going to turn it down and around. Okay, I'm going to get my laptop. I can see comments and see what the view looks like. I hope you guys have had a great day today. My day was up stuff. Card kits should go out tomorrow or Wednesday for Sweet Notes Card Club. I'm excited about that. This is one of my very favorite ones with those flowering rain boots. They're just beautiful. Spring break. Oh, yes, I remember those days. Yep, it's a bummer kind of. But at least there's got to be what? How many more weeks of school? Into the beginning of May, like 4 more weeks maybe? 5? No, 6 probably. Okay, girls, don't forget till the end of March, and today's the 21st, so 10 more days. Savings are in bloom. Stampin' Cotton Emboss machine for 20% off, which is an awesome deal. Usually $60, so it's only $48. And then there's some awesome sets that work with that. They're usually, I believe the width in that little machine is 3 inches. So these are different, like this one would work, this one. I'm using the Pansy Patch bundle tonight. I love that. Do you guys know that next week they're going to come out with a retiring list of the current annual catalog, and so I'm featuring some of the paper that's gonna retire. I can't believe it's that time already, but I'm excited too. And by the way, if you're a demonstrator, you get to see the new catalog Wednesday. It's going live for demonstrators. Yeah, so there's some other beautiful sets here. I think Mom wanted this What's Cooking bundle, and I know Arlene has that and liked it. Thanks for sharing, Margaret. Oh, Teresa, you're on spring break too, and you've had beautiful weather. Awesome. All right, so, also you guys, I've got an Easter sampler kit if you're interested in it, and I will show that Wednesday. It will have a PDF with it, and the kit, everything will be die cut out for you. It'll be around, it's a 12 by 12 sampler. So I'll show that to you Wednesday if anybody's interested for that in that. And let's get going here. Okay. So you have a piece of cardstock. So it is 5.5 by 11 to begin with. And I'm using Blackberry Bliss. And so I'm going to pull my arm out on my my paper trimmer here. This is an awesome paper trimmer. As you guys know, it has a scoring and cutting blade on it. So this is a dark cutting blade. We don't want to use that right now or I will be in trouble. And so we're going to start with scoring that long side. Okay, so we're going to go, we're going to start at 1 3/4 inches right here and score. And we're going to start, the next one is 3 1/2. I'm going to slide it down to 3 1/2 and score. We're going to go to 5 1/4 and score it. And also 7 inches. There we go, 7 inches. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines on that cardstock. And you guys can take your bone folders and burnish that if you haven't already. And of course I'm looking for mine. I thought I brought it over here, but evidently not. Just grabbing that. Okay. Yes, if you comment and share, you'll be put into a drawing for a goodie. Margaret, you were last week's winner. Thank you so much for commenting and sharing. Thank you for joining in. One of these days, when it's nicer, I'm going to do a live in-person event. I'm looking forward to that. Haven't been able to do much of that with COVID. Okay, so you can see this is called an accordion card. And I'm freezing up. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. I hope it doesn't keep doing that. You've got that piece, and then from what you cut off of that, it's 3 inches wide, and we're going to cut that off at 6 inches and make another little card, kind of a card. There we go. We're going to score this at 3 inches. I don't want to cut it. I've got to move that cutting blade up there. Whoops. I don't know if you guys can see. There we go. Rosalie, it's nice to see you back from your trip around the world. You've done a lot of traveling and that is really nice. Okay, so now girls, we're going to take, you have designer series paper that's 1 1/2 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on each of these little columns here. And you can go ahead and put that on. And as I said, I'm using the Pansy designer series paper. I'm afraid this is probably going to retire. And if you don't have it, this would be one to buy, and it goes fast. They will be listed next week, I believe. And what's neat about this paper is you can either die cut. The dies go with the leaves and the flowers. There's a sheet here. Oh, this sheet. You can fussy cut them, or there's a die that you just lay right on them and you can die cut them out. And there's a small die too. So it's a great set. I'll show you the dies here. And here are the dies for that set. And this is the stamp set. Pansy Patch. I love the font in this one. Pretty pretty. Okay. I'm going to move this over because I'm tending to be to the right and you guys can't see very well, and that'll help me remember. All right, so go ahead and adhere your designer series paper. And I'm using liquid Tombow glue. I just have it in a different container. see what else is in the world of Stampin' Up. The new catalog release, Wednesday afternoon, we'll be able to see it, and the demonstrators. And then there's a sale that's going on until the end of March. You bought, really makes a difference. Back out a little. Okay. Thanks for saying that. Let's see if this is better. All right, is that better? All right, is that better? A little more. Let's go out a little more. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna keep gluing these on here, and we're crooked. Too far. Okay, lots better. Okay, you guys tell me, because I get busy and I don't think about it, so I don't mind if you speak up and say that at all. I'm still trying to learn a new program to use online, but I don't want to do it and have all the problems we had last time when I was doing it with the sound. So I think I've got to set up a practice room on Facebook to work on that. And crooked, so let's turn it this way a little bit. Seeing lots of robins now. How about you guys? Have you even seen a few woodchucks around? Our pig had, I don't know if I told you, she had 13 piglets. 2 of them died. No, she had 12. 2 of them died, and then a third one did. So we have 9, and they seem to be doing pretty good. I'll try to remember to post a picture. Right and up. You saw a very white skull, huh? I will, Rosalie. Rosalie's really good with technology. She's an old pro. Okay, so there's the designer series paper on there. And now you have a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and that goes on the inside here, and you can go ahead and adhere that. We'll get that on there, like that. Now, what we're gonna do, we've got the other little piece that is 3 by 6, and you're gonna put your 3 by 6 piece like this. I know it looks backwards. You're gonna put your designer series paper that you cut on the front here, right here. It's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I've got that lavender gingham, it's so pretty. So I'm gonna put that on there. Now you can use die cuts on this. That's why I had a die cut piece on there. You can use a doily on here if you wanted to. All right. Now, the sketch for this I got from Sharon Armstrong, who's just a wonderful person and a great stamper and card. Thank you for sharing, Rosalie. And she has designer series paper on this side only. Now, I would like putting it on here also. I'm going to leave it plain now, just because I didn't have that in the directions, but I'll show you what I mean when we get this put together. All right, so whatever you want on the front of this, you're going to go ahead and do them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut a couple of pansies to go on the front here. I've got one done. And I'm going to bring in my little mini Stampin' Cotton Emboss machine. Thanks for sharing, Teresa. Thank you, thank you. So I'm going to lay that paper right on there. I'm going to bring in that die that I showed you earlier. It's going to sit right on, not like that, this way. Okay, and you can either use a Post-it or a piece of Post-it tape. I'm going to use a piece of Post-it tape. I'm just going to tack that down on there so it doesn't move on me. And I am looking for my other plate. There it is. All right, so this other little plate's going to go on the top. And this is probably going to move my phone, so it might jiggle a little bit. I'm going to run that through. And I've got that little pansy. And then I'll do a couple leaves. And this is the leaf shape here. Yeah, you can use Post-it tape, or you can use also a Post-it note, either one. And I'm gonna leave I'm not seeing my leaf sheet that I had out here. Hang on. Here it is. I'm just going to cut a little bit off this. And I'm going to lay my die there. I'm reusing that tape. And then Easter's not that far away. It's not like the 19th or the 18th, so not too far. And I want 2 of these darker leaves. There's one. And another one. Let's lay it on right here. Wrong shape. I'll try this one. Yeah, there's another die for the other shape. There we go. And I should pull this out So the plates are even. They're not, and I'm just moved that. Okay. One more time. Okay. All right, so we're bringing the little front back in, and I'm gonna glue down this pansy to the right here, flat on the paper. Think like that. And then I'm gonna put this one on with a dimensional over the other pansy. You guys make sure you share what you do. It's so much fun to see what you do. All kinds of different ideas. All right, so this one is gonna go this way. And I'll put a couple leaves on. Just need a little bit of adhesive. I think we'll put one right there. And one up here. All right, now, the way this card goes together is like this. Okay, so this is your mechanism to hold that makes it why it's called an accordion fold card, okay? So what you want to do is put glue on just the very end of your inside ends. So right here, like on 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. Gonna put a little adhesive. And then on the front side end, we're gonna put a little adhesive there. So lay it down on your base and look and see if it's parallel, okay? Fold this over, and you want it to be, oops, I didn't want to do that. You want it to be, so some of this edge here shows, okay? You're gonna fold this all the way in, and this goes on the front flap, just like that. And then with the glue, you have a little bit of time left that you can move it. Then you're gonna stamp, you can stamp your sentiment here. You could add even like something up here to show, some little flowers or whatever. Oh, sorry. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, the Post-it tape you can get from Amazon. So this is where I'm going to stamp my sentiment. You could like add some kind of decorative thing up here. And this is why I like to add a piece here, so this isn't all blank. Okay. So I'm going to stamp, I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday. And this is from the Pansy Patch set. And I'm going to shut this up just like this so I can see about where I want it. to stand up to see here. And we're going to put happy birthday right down there at the bottom. And the last thing I'm going to do is add a bit of ribbon on the front. I think I'll use white baker's twine. So this does fit in our regular medium-sized envelopes. I wasn't sure if it would, but it does. And I was kind of surprised about that, actually. I think it's a pretty card, or a nice fold. I love fun folds. Okay, and I'm just doubling up my baker's twine for this little bow. You're welcome, Lisa. Okay, so we've got a little bow. I think I will put it, I'm not sure where I will put it. Maybe down here. Thanks, Teresa. And I need a glue dot. And I have one loop that is bigger than the other. Oh, nope, it's the end here. Okay, glue dot. Thanks, Margaret. All right, so let me show you. Okay, I'm thinking right maybe down here, up a little bit. Okay, I don't really love that. What do you guys think? Or maybe it just doesn't need a bow. Yeah, I'm not really excited about that bow. I think what I do is put another leaf down here on this one and leave it at that. All right, so I wanted to show you some other ones that I did today. I did this one, and this again is, all of these are with a Pansy Patch Designer Series paper. And I used one of our Heart and Home doilies. It's colored on the back, but you can turn it over and stamp on the doily itself. And I use this twine is from the Fan Baker's twine. It's dark green, evening evergreen, and so this one I use the DSP on the back of this piece here, and I like it. It has a little pearl in the center. Lisa. Yes, another leaf. All right, I'm going to try, Lisa, I'm going to put that baker's twine underneath it. First I'll show you this card. This is the first one I did with leaves, and this has that white organdy ribbon in it. And then I used DSP on the inside, and you can do that if you don't have a real heavy pattern of flowers or whatever. So it's readable, and I like the way that one turned out too. So let's try adding that bow under. I'm wondering if I need the wider ribbon. I think I'm going to get the wider white ribbon. I'll try the yellow. We'll see what happens. See how it will look. Thanks, Margaret. Okay. We've got our bow. We'll trim our tails here. And we need a glue dot. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this is coming in your Sweet Notes card kit this month. I know, I like that. What do you guys think? I like that ribbon with it. Well, so you guys make sure you share what you make. Everybody loves seeing your cards, and I should be on Wednesday at 4 for probably something Eastery, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. So take care.